All right, welcome back to the Rogue Sports Podcast. Today we'll be going over the off-season agenda for the Bruins, the Celtics off-season outlook, the Pats off-season progress, and a glimpse into the Red Sox and how they're doing. All right, let's step into the Bruins real quick.
Brandon, this is your time.
This is Brandon's time to shine. He's so excited over there. He's very giddy.
It's time to rant.
Yeah. All right. Doug, can you talk about your disappointments, please?
I'd love to. It's another disappointing playoff loss for the Bruins, where frankly they were the better on paper, they're the better team. They started off the series really well, but they lost to probably an inferior opponent. But unfortunately, it's the same story year after year. But we'll get into that in a little second. Basically, they got Game 6 was the most heartbreaking loss because your season's on the line. You needed a win desperately on the road, a packed house in Long Island, and they just kind of shit the bed. I mean, they didn't show up. They had no energy. They went down 4-1 at the end of the two, and at that moment, you're like, there's no way this team comes back. They hadn't shown any heart in that game. It's just pathetic. They played down to the competition, like I said. Like, the Islanders are a good team. They got good depth, and they're up 1-0 in the series against the Lightning. But I just think the Bruins are a better team. Similar how we lost into the Blues in the 2019 Cup Finals. We lost to a team that's probably worse than us, but we didn't play up to our potential. And they did, so. The constant problem was the team was not scoring outside of our top line. Bergeron, Pastrnak, Marchand all had significantly good series.
Goals and all that crap.
Yeah, Pastrnak had 4 goals, Marchand at least 3 or 4, Bergeron had a few, each getting assists, obviously making opportunities. But outside of that, everyone else was pretty much non-existent. Like, second and third guys, where were you? Taylor Hall, you kind of disappeared. You're a big money guy. We brought you in for a reason. You didn't do it. Disappointing. But the most disappointing thing is that the Bruins went back to Tuukka Rask in Game 6. They should have started rookie Jeremy Swayman. Tuukka got pulled in Game 5 for a half-and-half bad performance, and he was injured. So they didn't risk it. We were getting beat up anyway, so they pulled him. But I don't think there was any reason to start him in Game 6. He was hurt, and I think it showed, because at times he just didn't look like the Tuukka Rask we know. And I'm going to quote Felger and Maz here. The Bruins didn't have the balls to pull their goalie and start Jeremy Swayman for Game 6. The Islanders, they had the balls to pull Ilya Sorokin, who started Game 1, didn't have the best of starts, and all of a sudden they went to Semyon Varlamov 2-6, and he dominated us. And that was the difference. That was the huge difference between franchises and between head coaches. We didn't get the job done, and we were too scared to make a change.
I can't say I disagree with you on anything. And I know my minor NHL knowledge may show here, but we do not speak of Felger and Maz on this program here. They are, like, forbidden. Mostly Felger. You know, I'm kind of cool with Maz, if you know what I mean.
I feel that.
Felger, though, we do not speak his name. He a bitch. He that show is everything that's wrong with Boston sports fans. They are the reason that so many, like, around every league, really, has a stigma that our fans suck. Is because places like that, everyone listens, especially the older people who still listen to the radio and whatnot, listen to them shit on everything and anything they can talk about. The Celtics could go 16-0, or the Bruins could go, is it still 16-0?
Yeah.
The Bruins go 16-0, win the cup, and they'd still find a way to complain. They could do everything perfectly, and they could still find a way to complain about the smallest thing. Can't say I don't agree. But this better be the last time we bring up Felger and Maz on this program. That's all I have to say.
You have my word.
I'm holding you to it. I swear to God.
All right, so moving on to some more of the Bruins. They got to make some moves to fix this current squad because clearly, as we've seen over the years, this team isn't it at the moment. They have about $23 million cap space, which isn't terribly low, but I mean it's not much to fix your squad, especially when you have some key free agents. I think the only 2 priority free agents are Taylor Hall and David Krejci. I think, but they both have to come back on cheaper deals. You can't pay those guys $6 and $8 mil like they're getting paid right now. They're needed members of this team, but for that price, you can't bring them back, especially with the other guys. Other holes needed to be filled.
Taylor Austin to take a pay cut, right?
Yeah, he said he wants to be in Boston, so hopefully that means he'll take one.
He said, I saw an interview. He said he'd take a pay cut because he likes it here, and his girlfriend likes it here. They're even staying here a little longer, like for the next few weeks. He said he's staying here, and he was like, I've made a lot of money in my career, yada yada yada. I finally found a place where I gel with the other players and all this, and so I won't really be looking to max out my market cap.
I mean, that's the case. Yeah. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But
if you could take Krejci or Hall to keep here, if you had to choose one, which one would you choose?
Good question, Mike.
Hall's younger. Krejci's a great player, but he's 35, 36. He's what, you got a year or two left. Hall's got at least 5 to 6 more years, especially like 2 to 3 more dominant years. Some other thing, we need depth. Preferably, I think they've got to make a run at Blake Coleman. Great second to third line, mainly third line player. He can defend. He's gritty. He's fast. He can score. He plays with the Lightning. It would take a little bit out of their steam, their window. He's just a great ad, and I think it would fill a great hole on the third line and would gel well with the guys. And also, we need bigger, tougher D-men. We're playing with our biggest guy is, or our best player on the defensive end is Charlie McAvoy, and he's like 6'1", 6 foot. He's not that big. But we need bigger, stronger defensemen, like the Blues, who bullied us in the series 2 years ago. They just have a bunch of goons. They're big dudes. Look at the Lightning. Oh, they're more talented. I'm gonna leave them out of that. That was a bad take. But look at the Islanders. They're not more talented than the Bruins, but they just bullied us. They intimidated us. They hit us hard, and we just too small back there. Connor Clifton's small. Charlie McAvoy, like I said, Grizzlick. Those guys we need some beefier guys back there, and that's gonna do for my rant for the Bruins.
Very good.
That was very well said.
Thanks, I'm proud of you, Doug. Way to carry the pod on your back for that little segment right there.
Mike Martin wasn't here to go back and forth with you this week
about
the Bruins,
but there will be butting heads in another episode.
It's getting dark.
All right, let's move on before
there will be light.
Before we get
night podcast
blacked out. All right, moving on. The Red Sox. I hear a little birdie telling me that there's some pitching that needs some fixing. You guys want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so basically, over the past few weeks, there has been a great focus on foreign substance for the pitchers. And it's kind of been like, everyone knows people use foreign substance, but just no one cared to punish them for it. Yeah. The league decided now that basically every hitting statistic is down now, they're going to drop the hammer and do it. And at first you may say Garrett Cole is the biggest loser because he looks like a fool to the entire world because of the answer that he gave when questioned about using spider tack on his hands. But I think we can now say the biggest loser is the Boston Red Sox because I don't have the numbers, but since that report came out saying that they were going to be punished, it seems like they're giving up like 10 runs a game.
Yeah, the Evaldi pitched well Monday night, so that was like the one flaw. But the last week was brutal. Houston ripped us apart. Toronto, that was mean what they did to us. That was so, like, especially Vlad. That dude hit nothing. Probably didn't hit a ball under 100 miles per hour off the bat the whole series. He hit 4 home runs every game.
Well, he's got a wagon, so like that's kind of where all the power generates from.
I know, but like
you can do that to me any day.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, Mike. Edit that out. Get it out of there.
But anyway, yeah, the other day, Sunday, they had 18 runs on 8 home runs. It's terrible.
Fuck you, Mike.
God. Damn.
What would we be without humor?
Okay.
Laugh all you want. I'm secure.
All right.
Oh, God. All right. I mean, with Sale not expected back for another month, they need guys to step up like Evaldi did last night. And if last week was any indication, we're in for a long month.
Yeah. Like, you can't understate Chris Sale coming back. We need God tier Chris Sale.
Yeah,
we need like top tier.
I don't know how long it's gonna take for him to get that though.
We need him, man.
Yeah.
He's the one dominant pitcher we have on our staff, and we're not sure if he's going to be dominant. Like, we need him back. Also, we got to call up our 2 big prospects. There's one big one, but there's kind of 2 big ones that are, like, looming that are ready to be called up. We need Jarren Duran and Tristan Casas up as soon as possible. Yeah. Especially Jarren Duran, but I want Tristan Casas, too, because Bobby Dahlbeck hasn't been cutting it like he should be at first base.
Yeah. They were good for Team USA qualifiers, and they've been doing good in the minors. Duran still needs some work. Casas, I think, more MLB ready.
I want them both.
Yeah, I love Duran. I want him up so bad, but he needs still more time.
Yeah. Do you remember in 2013? No one really thought the Red Sox were like a championship roster. Kind of like now, except the pitching was a little better back then.
Yeah, we had an ace.
Yeah. We have an ace too, we should start. Moving on. But do you remember who we called up that year?
Yes,
we called up
our future shortstop.
the current best shortstop in the game.
Oh.
We called him up probably. Best hitting
Tatis.
shortstop.
Come on.
Oh, I forgot.
Tatis like that.
The second, but we call it the second. I forgot about Tatis. I'm so sorry. We call it the second best shortstop in the game. Is that fair to say right now?
Yeah, I put him up there.
He's arguably the second best in the game.
He's the leading vote getter for the AL.
I forgot about Tatis. I'm sorry.
Forgive us. We love you, Fernando. El Nino.
But we called up Xander. And he gave us that jolt. He didn't do super well, but he gave us that energy that like a good young player can bring. I remember when Devers got called up in 2018.
2017.
It was 2017?
Yeah.
He's been up here for that long?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, remember when he got called up then for the playoffs? He raked, dude. He raked. I remember that was David Ortiz's last year.
16 was the last year.
16?
Yeah.
Devers got called up Ortiz's last year.
No, he didn't. He got called in 17.
They overlapped.
No,
I remember that series.
No, they didn't.
I remember that series.
In 16
against
they
Cleveland.
lost to the Indians. 17 they lost to the Astros.
Do we need a fact check?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
pretty sure. I remember Devers absolutely raking in that series.
No, he did not. Benny was the rookie that year. Benny was the young guy raking in that series.
Was he?
Yeah, that was Benny's rookie season.
You might be right.
I know I'm right.
All right, let's keep going because.
Bottom line, rookies give great energy, especially to contending teams, because usually there's like that one hole every team has.
Yeah. And
when you can bring in a young guy to fill it, it's like lightning in a bottle, and it can really push you forward. I'm kind of on a slow stretch today with the fact checking. I guess.
I like the lightning in a bottle, though. That's pretty good. All right. Anything else to say on the Red Sox, or are we good to move on?
We got to talk about their lack of depth outside the top 4.
Oh.
2 through 5 can arguably be top notch in baseball. I mean, JD's been struggling a little bit here the last couple of weeks, but arguably they're the best. They're very good. 2 through 5: Verdugo, JD, Xander, Devers. Everyone else is kind of garbage, honestly. You never know what you're gonna get. You need more out of that to be a dominant lineup. Look at the Blue Jays and Astros, what they did to us. I think they're complete lineups. We're not anywhere close.
We also just had bad pitching. That's why they did what we did to us. It's not just the good.
No, but they're doing that to everybody. They're not
that bad. Not 12
like that.
runs a game.
Let me rephrase that. They're not doing that well because that was historically bad. But they're doing good. Houston's one of the best teams in the American League.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Just need more, man. Need more depth. Need more out of those other guys.
Those other guys are going to be the young guys, Jarren and Tristan.
Are they?
Yes.
Confirmed?
I am confirming it right now.
You heard it here first.
Breaking news.
We break news.
Rogue Sports Podcast. Breaking news
I am
before anyone
breaking
else.
news that is inevitable. They are both getting called up this year. I feel like it's an inevitability.
Oh yeah, Durant's definitely. I don't know about Cassis. He's on the fence. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for our Red Sox talk.
Word. Now I can talk. All right.
Jason.
We're gonna move on to the Patriots now. So there's not much to talk about, just the fact that they've been going through minicamp over the last couple days and couple weeks. So Cam Newton was out for a little bit. What was wrong with him again?
He hurt his hand.
His hand, yeah.
Bruised finger.
Yeah, so he was out for a little bit, but now he's back.
What a bitch.
Now he's back. The Pats we have 4 quarterbacks right now. Right?
Yeah.
It was what? Hoyer, Stidham,
Jones
and Cam.
The gap between the bottom 2 and the top 2 is astronomical.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cam Newton. I mean, Cam Newton, same as last year. He can not really throw. I mean,
He's looked bad.
he was looking pretty. I saw a video of him throwing the rock. Like, did you see that video of him and Mac Jones like both throwing the ball?
On service today.
Yeah. Cam
bad.
Newton threw the ball, missed everybody, and then Mac Jones was like gunning the ball, hitting them on target.
Bill is still defending him with his life though.
I have a question for you guys actually. Do you guys think that, obviously it's way too early to actually know, but do you think that the Pats would be better off starting Mac Jones or Cam Newton?
Mac Jones, 100%.
Probably Mac Jones.
I agree, just because they need to be able to throw the ball.
The way I look at it, we have a super talented roster, and we just need a quarterback that won't lose us the game. We don't need Super Cam like we needed last year when he was running and throwing the first few games when we were competitive. We don't need that this year.
Mm-hmm.
We got
A competent quarterback. They can be throws.
we have a solid running back core. We have
The best tight end duo in the league.
Absolutely.
we have guys that will be open. We will have guys that if Mac Jones is accurate, which that's his calling card, he will be.
Hopefully.
He will be. That's like what he is.
And
We need a guy that won't lose us the game. Cam, love the guy to death. If he wasn't such a dominant personality, I would say keep him as a backup, but I don't really think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But like,
I think Mac Jones can develop into the kind of guy that you can rely on to win a football game.
I hope so.
Because Cam Newton is absolutely not that guy. Because you have to you have to be able to throw the football in the end of games to get yourself in a position to where you can score a touchdown. And sure, we've been in the red zone a couple times to win a game, but there was at least 2 instances I can think of off the top of my head where he's blown the game. 1 Seattle, 2 Buffalo.
yeah.
So you need a guy that can throw the ball and not rely on his running game to where the other team can expect him to run. Like when we were in Seattle, everyone was expecting Cam Newton to run the ball because he scored the last couple touchdowns like that. You know?
I don't really blame Cam for that. That was just a good play by Bobby Wagner. 9 times out of 10, we score that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Blew it up.
But what I'm saying is you got to throw the ball to open up the run game so that, you know what I mean?
I don't hold Seattle against them. I think that was the right play. I just think Seattle made a better play.
It was poorly executed. But I get what Jason's saying. We need a better throwing quarterback to make our run game more dominant.
Do you remember that Denver game that we lost?
God.
That
Game
That
sucked.
I don't
that's
want
like that's like prime example number 1 of why we need a throwing quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, who turned off the lights?
Yo,
Start the car, Mike.
I can't start the car.
Do that, Mike. Yeah, good job. Okay.
pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah.
We're good. Sorry. Back to what we were saying. Yeah, so that's my take on the quarterbacks.
Jones has looked good so far in camp.
Call
Yeah.
pause. Nope. Okay, so we're back. So back to what we were saying.
Pretend it never happened.
Back to what we were saying.
Yep.
Sorry, technical difficulty. So Mac Jones. What were we saying about Mac Jones?
Go ahead, Doug. What were you saying?
He's been looking pretty good. I mean, everyone just seems to be raving about him. Unfortunately, Bill seems to be raving more about Cam, but it is what it is.
It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks in the beginning of the season, I'll tell you that much. Preseason will be actually interesting. I'll actually watch that because that's going to be... I want to see what Mac Jones can do in a game.
I'm super interested in what he's gonna do for Week 4 against Tom.
Oh my God.
Who's he gonna go? Who are you gonna roll with?
I want to be Mac Jones. So bad.
You know, Bill is doing everything he can to win that game.
I think
Absolutely.
this is very tactical, what Bill is doing with Cam. Because, like, there are so many reasons why he would be hyping up Cam. It doesn't have to be that he loves him. One, you don't want all that pressure on a rookie quarterback. Whether he can take it or not, you just don't want it, first off. Because even though he's not the direct successor, everyone's comparing him to Tom Brady already.
Yeah.
And two, if you take Cam's mindset away, if you take away Cam's confidence, that takes away all chances that he could be good this year.
Yeah. They're following the Bears formula. Because
Uh-oh.
Coach Nagy's already said that Fields is no way starting Week 1.
Yeah, but Bill hasn't said that, though.
That's true. Bill hasn't
He
said a
said Cam's our
word.
quarterback.
Yeah, but Bill...
And he said he's been better this year than he was at this point last year.
Yeah, but Matt Nagy straight up said there was no chance under any circumstances that Justin Fields is our starting quarterback Week 1.
Who's their starter? Dalton?
Yeah. Andy. They're
I would
red.
put Fields in there.
I like the sitting the rookie quarterback case for the most part, but I think Mac is a different type of quarterback than Justin Fields.
And I think he has, like, a good formula for success, too. Good. Okay. All right. Should we move on to the Celtics? I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah. Bottom line, we all want Mac Jones starting. Yada,
Yep.
yada, yada.
Rogue Sports wants Mac Jones. You heard it here first.
And guys got to be healthy.
All right, the Celtics have an interesting offseason, as usual. Maybe something will actually happen this time, which is probably going to be the case because we're going to have a lot of moves, especially in the head coaching position. Did you guys, last week, did you go over, or the last pod, did you go over the head coaching?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Dispute about
But
it.
yeah, what's your thoughts on the coaching search? You weren't here last week.
So obviously, I was talking to Doug about it, and the assistant coach of the Nets, what was his name again?
Ime Udoka.
Yeah, I can't pronounce that, so you're going to have to do that.
I could be wrong.
But,
Best guess.
obviously, like, he was telling me, like, the top two are him and Billups, right? You could say.
Yeah, Duca won.
Yeah.
2 bills.
So, I don't know. I feel like if you're the coach of the Brooklyn Nets, I was talking to Doug about this earlier, you can't really see how good of a coach they are. I mean, obviously, he's just an assistant coach.
Yeah.
But if you're a coach of the Nets, right, if the Nets do good, that's because they have all these all-stars on there and, like, such a stacked lineup. But if they do bad, you can blame the coach because you're supposed to be able to take all those pieces and make something good out of them. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a lose-lose situation with the coaching staff. So, like I'm saying, you can't really tell how good he is. He could be good, but he could also not be good. So it's kind of like rolling the dice on that kind of pick for head coach.
I agree with that.
Whereas the Clippers are a different case. Sure, they have a lot of pieces too, but you could also like blame the coaching and for their success and their failure.
We know what Chauncey Billups is. Chauncey Billups is one of the smartest players in the NBA when he played. Everyone knows he's like the top candidate.
He's
right
a good
now.
recruiter. Apparently, he brought KG to Boston.
Did he?
Yeah, they were saying he was the main guy for that.
Wow.
I want him. Yes,
Like,
please.
Bring Luka or Dave.
But like, I think Chauncey.
Chauncey's good.
Shut up. Chauncey is clearly the best option for coach. Like for the Ime Udoka, like, was he there for the Kenny Atkinson Nets?
I think he was there this season. So he was there for. I don't know if he was there last year.
Because Steve Nash could have hired a completely new staff. But like, I think if he was there for the Kenny Atkinson Nets, I'd be okay with it. I'd be more okay with it. But if he just got hired there, like, I don't want anything to do. The only coach that I would really consider is Mike D'Antoni. And I don't really want him because he doesn't win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't touch the Nets coaching staff with a 10-foot pole.
The thing I liked about Udoka, what I read about him is he's a big defensive head coach. He's kind of like that Tom Thibodeau kind of guy, where it's this team desperately needs to focus on. Like their defense is terrible. Like against the Nets, granted, they're one of the best big threes in probably in NBA history. They scored 126 points to Celtics. They lost by 15. They did not defend at all. 141 points. Come on now.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of the coach kind of situation leads us into the moves that this team has to make to become a real contender, which is our next topic. And I mean, obviously it starts with the coach because you need to fill that position. I wrote down that the head coach, no matter who it is, they need to up the intensity and the grit that the Celtics play with.
100%.
Because they look sloppy, lazy, all the above, like messy. And the coach needs to be able to come in, change the atmosphere, and make it like a winning championship atmosphere in order for them to actually get a shot at winning the championship. But yeah, what do you guys think in terms of here? Because I know you guys have your little plans over there. Who wants to go first?
I'm going to go mine to make this team into a real contender. Let me give it to you my 4-step plan for the Boston Celtics.
With this 4-step plan for $39.95, 4 payments of $39.95, you get an ideal Celtics off-season from the one and only Douglas Brandon Murdoch. Let's hear it.
That's today's sponsor. 1, you must trade Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker, I don't care what it's for. I don't care if it's for a bag of chips to keep the boys hungry.
But
not hungry, full. But yeah, the Celtics, you cannot have Kemba Walker getting paid $30 million to be a good teammate. You got to trade him for something. I don't care what it is. Granted, actually I do care, not Porzingis. Anything but Porzingis. That's all I hear. All I ever hear is Porzingis.
Why don't you want Porzingis?
Who the fuck is this Tingus Pingus?
Porzingis is he's the same player. What has he done for Luka? Luka dropped 47 in Game 7. Where was Kristaps? What was he doing in that game?
Continue, and I'll dispute everything you just said when I'm doing mine.
You mean you'll incorrectly add to what I said?
Just go!
Number 2. So you got to get that contract out the books. Number 2. Got to find a way to get Dame without selling our souls. He hasn't formally come out for the trade request, but come on. It sounds like who wants to be in Portland anymore? He's one of the most loyal guys in the NBA. He doesn't really want to be there. I saw some things that said they can give up all their young guys and a bunch of first-round picks. You can't do that for a 30-year-old star. Even how good as Dame is, you got to do one or the other. You can't sell your souls for a guy who doesn't even make you full-on title favorites like them, like the Nets. But yeah, that's the situation there. That's number 2. But if you can't get part of number 2, adding on to it, if you can't get Dame as your point guard, you got to get a defensive playmaker. Ideal scenario, Lonzo Ball. He doesn't have the greatest of offensive game, shooting-wise, scoring-wise, but he's a great defender and he's a great playmaker. He can make any kind of pass in the book. He's fantastic. He will set up Tatum and Brown as one less ball-dominant player that needs to score 30 points to be effective. He can set up Brown and Tatum, who can get more points. He can set up other guys. Rob Will can be a huge rim threat now. Be a rim runner on those lobs. 3, bench. Their bench sucks. Last few years sucks.
What sucks?
The bench. Every time we lose, it's usually in the playoffs. It's usually because our bench is god awful. Most of the time during the regular season, we lose because our bench is god awful. Tatum and Brown can put up 30 plus, but they'll still lose because everyone else is putting up less than 10. The bench needs to be effective. Why are the Clippers so good? Because they got depth. Why were the Lakers so good the last year? They had depth, along with 2 great players. Similar to us. Similar to the Clippers. Why are the Nets good? Even though they got their 3 stars, they got quality depth. The teams that have depth win in this league. I know what you're going to say about the Nets. Yeah, I know what you're going to say about the Nets. The Nets have the big 3.
They don't have depth.
I feel like they're
different.
Depth. They're a different case scenario.
Yeah,
it's
they're
like you
different,
can't
but
really,
they don't have depth.
Yeah, they don't need depth.
Guys that I think they should bring in for their bench, Avery Bradley, and not all of these guys, because obviously you still have a salary cap, but like this is a list of guys I think they should pick from. Avery Bradley, huge fan favorite, good defender, good mid-range scorer. Kelly Olynyk. I know this might be a crazy one, but
Let's bring back all the Celtics.
He could spread the floor. Once again, a fan favorite. Everyone loved Kelly.
Kelly Olynyk once stood side by side to Tom Brady while pitching Kevin Durant to come to Boston.
Yeah, Kelly Olynyk is the face of Boston. You hear that? Goran Dragic. He's a gritty point guard who I absolutely love watching play. He'll be huge in the playoffs if we get there. TJ McConnell. That dude is a pest in the backcourt. That dude is awesome. He has the best motor I've ever seen in the NBA.
But we got fast PP.
And Will the Thrill Barton. Got it. He's humongous for the Nets or not the Nets, the Nuggets and their success. Great player, and I think he'd be a humongous piece coming off the bench.
They got swept.
And for my last, potentially another center, because I don't know what they're going to do with Tristan. Ideally, he wouldn't be here next year because he's a good rebounder and all, but, he's Tristan Thompson. Ideally, and I love this player, Montrezl Harrell. Plays with so much energy, can rebound. He's just so fun to watch. And he's he's been a 6 man of the year candidate a few times. He's a great guy off the bench. He's used to it, so he wouldn't have to adjust his role really. He can be the backup to my guy, Big Rob, Time Lord.
Love that guy.
Yeah, that would be the perfect offseason to make this team a title contender.
That was a good take, Doug.
He won 6 man.
He won it?
He won 6 man of the year last year. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Just
Get
helps
that.
Doug's case
All right.
even more.
Get that man.
Mike, take it away.
I guess I do. I also have a 4-step plan. I guess, like the Doug, I'm just counting. But mine's $29.95, so buy mine instead of Doug's.
Set my price. That's
3
bullshit.
payments of $29.95. It all good. Okay. I keep things realistic. Dame has not requested a trade. Therefore, we are not getting Dame. Yet. Okay. What's wrong with the Tingus Pingus? I think a Kemba Walker for Kristaps Porzingis trade should be first priority numero uno on the big board list, because we don't need Porzingis to be the star next to Luka like he is on the Mavs. We just need him to be a complementary piece next to Tatum and Brown.
He's got a big contract though.
So does Kemba.
Yeah, but why would you want to replace another underperforming star if another underperforming star getting paid $30 million?
First
At
off,
that point, keep Kemba.
first expectations will be different. 2, we're not gonna get. You have to understand, Kemba doesn't have much value. He's viewed as a bad contract, just like Porzingis is. Basically, I think Porzingis just fits better with this roster than Kemba does. Therefore, I think he just has to chill, spot up threes. He could play alongside Rob because he spaces the floor.
And give us size that we desperately need.
Yeah, he's 7'3". He can rim protect on defense, and
Injury prone though, like
he's
Kemba.
and end of games. Could you imagine like a Tatum, Brown, Porzingis? Hold on. Let me come back to that. Step 2 of my plan.
Oh, geez.
You said you wanted to get rid of Tristan. I give destinations. I give the deal. I got Tristan, salary filler. So like Grant Williams, Carson Edwards, whatever makes salary work. Plus the 16th pick, our first round pick this year, the 2021 draft, to Portland for Robert Covington. How sick would that be?
It's a lot for Covington.
That's like what he goes for. A first round pick and a good defending role player.
And 2 players. So 2 players.
Yeah, but the second player probably wouldn't play. Like Grant, get him out of
Are
here.
you kidding me? He's amazing.
Get Grant
That's
out
awesome.
of here. Get Grant out of here.
Dumpy.
But yeah, if we get Robert Covington, could you imagine like a let's just say Peyton Pritchard is a starting point guard. Godfrey would probably sign another point
about
guard to
Smart?
start. I'm thinking offensively, but I guess Smart too.
Smart.
So Peyton Pritchard or Smart at point guard, Jalen, Jason. Let's say Smart for the sake of this argument. Smart, Brown, Tatum, Covington, Porzingis. First off, that's a killer defensive 5.
And Rob Williams coming off the bench.
I think Rob would probably start and Covington would probably be off the bench. But this could be a closing 5 because everyone can shoot.
Yeah.
Everyone can shoot.
Except for Marcus.
And yeah, but like
He's not off.
Smart, there's a chance of it going in.
It's like a 50-50 shot of him going off or
Oh
something.
no, it's like a
Better than Ben
30.
Simmons.
It's like a 30-70 shot that goes in. But bottom line, it could go in. We have 5 good shooters. Smart has become a decent shooter.
Yeah. Okay.
We got 5 guys comfortable taking shots, and they're all significantly above average defenders.
Yeah.
That'd be a killer closing 5 that I really want to see. And also, a big one is we got to re-sign Evan Fournier. Because if we could have him off the bench, whether he starts or comes off the bench, maybe we just like surprise everyone and run no point guard and have the offense run through Tatum and start Tatum, Brown, Fournier,
That's a big lineup.
then 2 bigs. Yeah.
That'd be
That'd be
pretty
kind of cool, right?
I'd be down. We've always played small ball.
That probably wouldn't be like
So-
a starting lineup, but maybe like a mid-game lineup just to test things out.
That'd be a nice change.
I feel like that'd be a cool little lineup to say. But the 4th step, and this isn't really a step, keep all of your assets for the next disgruntled start. Yeah, but like the first round pick this year, we're still keeping all of our future picks. We're not
it's
trading
not
away
a
future
future
picks.
asset,
We're not trading away future picks. We keep Neesmith and Langford for bench. And they're also trade chips
And
for later
Taco.
down the road.
Don't forget Taco.
Everyone loves Taco.
I'm sorry.
Everybody would trade for
Asshole.
Taco.
I'm sorry. Keep the assets because Dame could be forcing his way out next offseason. Bradley Beal is a free agent after next season. Mid-season, he may request a trade, and the Blazers are like, we might as well get something for him.
Might trade him anyway. They
Yeah.
press it or not.
Yeah.
You know,
Luka's a pipe dream. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Luka's
That's
not a
never gonna
pipe
happen.
dream.
It is a pipe
Luka's
dream.
coming to Boston.
That will never happen.
Luka's coming to Boston. Save this clip for when it happens.
Put it on the record.
Even a guy. Okay. Like, anyone, if a star... We have the assets without giving up Jalen or Jason to make any trade. Because we have all our picks. We don't have any great other assets. But we have kind of intriguing younger players.
Yeah. I think the Mavs would eat it up for Luka.
Yeah, bottom line, I think that's the ideal offseason.
Trade for Luka.
Yeah.
Run a duo of Luka and Tatum.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much...
I wish.
Bring me Luka.
Bring me Luka or bring me death.
I want that.
Looks like you're getting death if that's the
I want
case.
that Slovenia, Serbia. I'm not sure what he is.
He's from Serbia.
I want that Serbian monster.
No,
I thought it was Slovenia.
it might be Slovenia.
I have no idea.
He's from a foreign country, and I love him. I want him here in
Just
Boston.
because he's from a foreign country, dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
That and he's an amazing
Think of-
basketball player.
Imagine the Tingus Pingus Luka connection on the Celtics with Jason.
Nope. Hard
Tingus,
pass.
Who
Fingers,
the
Luka,
fuck
and
is this
Jason.
Tingus Pingus? We need him.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't trade for Pingus. Brad, if you trade for Pingus, we're going to have a problem.
All right. I think you guys basically covered everything. If either of those happen, I'd be happy. My thing's basically the same thing. Get Kemba out, keep the bench depth. If you could trade Kemba for and a couple picks for a star, I mean, go for it. But I don't know if you could.
Say his name.
Tingus Pingus.
No.
Or if you could trade Kemba for a gritty
Luka?
defender, a playmaker like
Luka?
Lonzo, that'd be perfect. I mean,
That'd be cool. I'd like that.
I'd be fine with that.
Luka.
Bench depth, obviously, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, we're gonna have to see if Mr. Brad has some balls. I don't know if he does, but we'll have to find out. Big balls, Brad. So we're gonna be calling him after the
BBB.
next season. All right. Any last thoughts that we want to add before we wrap up the episode for today?
Nah.
Go Boston.
Go Boston, as usual. We have switched to a Boston sports podcast if you didn't know that already. As you should because you're loyal to the pod, but
We're
We
always
didn't.
adjusting.
we're switching up the content. Maybe in the next coming months we can start doing some fantasy football stuff.
Oh, baby, I'm
That'd
so
be
excited
fun.
for that.
Fantasy football is life. It's not just a game. We all know that.
It's a
It's a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
Every day, our group chat's running. People
Trades,
trying to make
trades. It'll be interesting, and we could probably just go through the league that we're playing into, give updates and stuff. You know, we got all sorts of stuff we can do with fantasy football. So
For sure.
that's some stuff to get excited about. All right,
Content.
content. That's all you're gonna be getting from us. So you better not get sick of us. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. We got the timestamps in the description as usual. We got the links to our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I already said that. YouTube. We're already on YouTube. That's pretty much it.
Oh,
Lights
no.
are out. Adios.
Later. Deuces. Thank you.